But when you see the type of man that a nigga is and the type of shit that make you speak the way that you speak, like me and this nigga locked in immediately because Slim done been through so much, and his ability to be able to express himself, being a nigga that's from the streets of Detroit, one of the realest cities in the world, but still be able to express himself in a manner to where people that's like us from everywhere get to understand. My nigga, you going through some shit that you can make it through, you can get through, you can come out on the other side of it, be successful and take care of your family, man. So, man, that just made me fall in love with the nigga even more. Like, I walked up on the nigga, he was like, what's up, Slim?
What's
I was like,
up,
what's up,
Slim?
my baby? You dig? Just cause that respect is there, man. So this nigga is one of the most, you know, we meet a lot of niggas in this game. We done met a lot of niggas, Los, you know. We come in contact with a lot of niggas and a lot of them disappoint you, but this nigga right here, one of the realest niggas you can ever meet, man, all the way. So it's an honor to have you in the trap, man.
Same here, bro. Appreciate y'all, bro.
It's an honor. All the way, Slim. And if you didn't know, could I do it? I mean, all the way from the 6, the east side of Detroit, you know what I mean? The drink god, nigga.
Big Ice.
You already know, nigga. Iced Up Records! IUR, man, my motherfucking nigga. The one and only Icewear Vezzo, man, is in the trap with us, man. For real.
Hell yeah.
And I appreciate y'all niggas though, for real, bro. Like, y'all platform mean a lot to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just in them trenches overall, bro. Like, y'all really are the culture. Y'all help pushing that culture forward, you know what I'm saying? So this shit turned for me, bro. This shit feel big for me, bro. Real nigga shit, and I mean that too. Man, you know what I'm saying?
He told me when we met, he was like, nigga, in the feds, nigga, that wilding out, and you better not turn the channel off.
Bro, listen, man. Bro, that's our bid, my nigga, in real life, like, for real, like, man, wilding out, like, Love and Hip Hop, them two shows right there. Cause you gotta think, bro, the women on there, then y'all niggas funny as shit, bro. Like, that's all we tuned into, bro. Nigga better not turn that TV, bro. Everything I look, you know, we had a whole TV room for Detroit and shit, bro. I was locked up with so many DC niggas too, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, the feds.
No, shout out to all the niggas in jail watching Wildin' Out.
Man, Wildin' Out really one of the biggest shows in the feds, bro. I mean that, I swear to God, niggas. Bro, I'm serious, bro.
You never know, bro. They come up, they tell us that all the time.
I'm not thinking, I'm thinking like jail.
Nah,
but feds.
No, nigga, the feds.
That mean we in the rotation, nigga.
Bro, listen, my nigga, the feds, bro, we sitting watching that shit. We knowing what time it come on. Niggas is cooking food. Look, my man just got out, bro. He'll tell you too, nigga, we cooking full meals to watch Wildin' Out, bro. My kids.
These niggas is having Thanksgiving to us in the feds.
I'm serious, bro. I wish I could explain this shit anymore, bro. We cooking full meals, man. Nigga, make sure they got their workout in, everything, bro. Before Wildin' Out, come on. On me, bro. Y'all niggas legends.
Crazy, man.
Straight up.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man, like, I've been a fan of your music since before you went to the feds, like, just because I got a love for Detroit. Like, I always, you know, we all do, but for me, you know, being from D.C., like, it's certain cities that remind me of the city I grew up in because, you know, it's still black, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go and the culture is so rich in Detroit, so I fell in love with Detroit when I went, and you was one of the first people that I discovered. You know, Peasy, you know what I mean? Doughboy Cash Out, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Babyface Ray, all y'all niggas, I've been fucking with y'all niggas way before, but I low to tell you, I always used to say, man, these niggas is the next niggas. Like, these is the niggas that's gonna change the game, and you know what I mean? Like, I always knew, and that's why when you made the statement that was controversial a couple weeks ago that you changed the sound of rap, I was one of the motherfuckers like, yeah, nigga, like, did the nigga change the sound? Like, so what made you comfortable enough? We gonna jump right into that. What made you comfortable enough to come out and talk like that now?
Man, you know what's so crazy? Like, I think a lot of niggas took that as me saying like overall, like, I changed the sound of the rap game. And I'm just speaking from, like, you know, from the level I'm on. Like, I'm at my ground. I feel like I'm at the ground level. I'm in the trenches. We're in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, as far as all the artists coming from the streets and what we listen to in them clubs, strip clubs, what niggas ride to, is that sound that I feel like I brought back to the game. You know, with rap ain't nothing new. I don't give a fuck how you do it, how you say it, ain't nothing new. Everything done been done, it's just niggas do it differently. You know what I'm saying? The way a nigga do it is new. You know what I'm saying? So just rapping on like the real gritty gutter beats that sound like a nigga made them bitches in the closet, like niggas wasn't coming at, and I came at, you know what I mean? So I was just speaking for like the trenches and like niggas that's on the come up right now, like that's the sound niggas is rapping on. And I wasn't saying it most so like, you know, like, man, I changed shit out. I don't want no nigga rapping on this. Nah, I appreciate everybody rocking like that, but I'm a humble nigga, bro. You already know that. I just was stating the fact, and I did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Not overall though, and that's the goal, intentionally to change it overall.
Right.
You heard?
Who knew people gonna react like that though? I'm gonna just start saying shit like that too then, fuck it.
Yeah, you heard?
I changed the way niggas tell jokes.
That's a fact,
Nah,
though.
for real though. See, look though, but it's a fact,
That's
brother.
a fact, though.
It's
I know what niggas was sounding like before I came out.
Yeah.
That's a fact, but
Stop
like,
sneaking and doing my shit.
you know,
Holla
like,
at me. We can collaborate and I'll show you how to do you.
Yeah.
I've been saying this
You
for
see
a
how I
long
snuck-
time. Like, my favorite rap come out of Detroit and Flint, you know what I mean? Like, just with the Detroit sound and the Flint sound, like with y'all and then with
Them
Rio.
the first two places
Man,
I ever
Rio
went
changed
to.
that shit too though.
Oh,
Like,
Rio
that-
definitely
he
changed. Rio
changed
and
it.
RMC
He did.
Mike and the Coochie Man and all them niggas, like just that area, that sound, like, what do you think that comes from? Like, just that sound that y'all produce, like, because it's been around. If you go all the way back to goddamn, you know, Blade Icewear,
Blade,
y'all
them
all
niggas rapping like that.
always had a different sound. But what do you think y'all was able? Did y'all like come together and have like that sit down and say, nah, this is what we all pushing, or did it organically
That
happen?
shit organically happened, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, Blade, the Cheddar Boys, the whole Street Lord, Rock Bottom, Lodge Boys, May West, all them niggas was already rapping on them type of beats. They just was a little slower back when they was doing it. And in Detroit, all our music sped up. Like, you go to a club, every song you hear in the club, that bitch is super fast, you know what I'm saying? So we already was rocking with our music like that, so we just had the producer start making the beats fast. We rocking on that shit, like that shit happened organically.
You say the beats are faster?
Like we speed the songs up in the clubs. Like literally, like speed them bitches up. Like you would know the song.
Like in the strip club?
In all the clubs, even on our radio stations, we speed the music up. All our music sped up on the fast side. You heard? So we just had the producer start making that shit fast. We ain't gotta speed it up no more. You know, but like organically, we pushing that sound. And I know for a fact, like when Rio was out, nigga, everybody on that ground level that I'm speaking of, everybody was rapping on them beats. On that shit that Rio rap on. Then I came with like the slower vibe a little bit, you know, the crunchier beats, and niggas rapping on that.
Yeah, that's how I discovered the music, like being in Detroit, being on the ground. Like, nigga, I'm at the what's the casino? Not the MGM, the other one.
Greek Town.
The Greek Town. I'm
Yeah.
at the Greek Town. I'm at the light of the Greek Town. Nigga pull up beside me, bumping some shit. The last thing I hear is a nigga say, the nigga Rio said, dead people in my pocket, you know, what he say, dead people in my pocket and my clothes smell. I was like, nigga, who the fuck was that? And I couldn't catch the nigga to ask him. So it's like, just that Detroit, thing I say about Detroit is when you go to Detroit play Detroit music.
Hey.
Like, that's one
Nigga,
of
the
the few
strangest
places.
shit that ever happened to me in Detroit. Motherfucking police pulled up on me in a box Chevy.
Damn.
This was about 2 years ago. I was like, that nigga still driving a box Chevy. I know he ain't paying it. He not listening to shit.
Yeah, no, you better pull over.
He shooting first.
Damn.
Nigga pull up in the box Chevy, you better not pull over. You heard?
So like being from Detroit, like what do you think that, you know, y'all, you know, cause you know Atlanta, we all know Atlanta as far as they cement in the game and as far as establishing culture, but what do you feel like Detroit is now in the, you know, the pantheon of establishing culture and being appreciated and respected in the rap game?
I feel like we pushing through, you know what I'm saying? Like every city and every region had that wave. Like, you know, Chicago got their wave, Houston caught their wave, Atlanta got their wave, New York. I feel like right now, you know, it's our turn to just really catch that wave and push that shit through the ceiling. You know what I mean? I think we like right on the break of really going big with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, recognition globally, you heard? Like.
But you know how you get that wave though? Everybody gotta fuck with each other. If you look at any city that had a run, it come from when everybody started fucking with each other.
That's a fact. That's how
Every
Atlanta
city.
do it.
Soon as, I'm talking about, it gotta be all across the board though. The trap niggas gotta fuck with the niggas who do backpack rap. It's like, once everybody get on the same page, that's how they make a run.
It's always gonna work like that. I think the main problem just be, you know, a lot of niggas just be thinking it can only be one. You know what I mean? Everything you do, and that's a problem. Just as black men, we got that real bad, thinking, you know, it's supposed to only be one. That's just like it's saying it's only $1 in the world. Right. It don't make sense. You know what I mean? There's room for everybody. So yeah, you right about that. As soon as niggas can acknowledge that and move on that, that shit gonna go through the roof.
How did y'all get past that in Detroit? Because you know the East Side, West Side shit is major in Detroit, and that's something that's been going on internally in y'all city for nigga before you was around and before everybody was around. So how did y'all become, you know, at this point to get to a point where y'all were able to figure it out to move? You know, necessarily everybody ain't got to be buddy and friends, but just we able to all coexist in a mutual respect. How did y'all establish that?
I know for a fact we learned from the people that came before us. You know, we seen what they didn't do and where they went wrong at, and we learned from their mistakes as we should, as we supposed to have did. You know what I mean? We watched them not really come together like they came together, but I feel like niggas ain't stay together. You heard it. Like you say, just be able to coexist with each other and have that mutual respect and mutual understanding. And that's what I know for a fact we did. We just learned from the mistakes of people that was before us. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like in Detroit, when it come like to the rap community, our problems we don't bring that shit to the world. Cause it ain't got nothing to do with the rest of the world, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got shit going on amongst each other behind the scenes, and we make sure that shit can stay behind the scenes as much as possible. It don't work in every case or all the time, but for the most part it do. It's a lot of niggas that might not like each other that rap in Detroit, but it ain't got nothing to do with the rest of the world, ain't they business. You know what I'm saying? And
keep it in-house.
We keep that shit in-house, and I gotta salute my hat to every artist in Detroit for that, because we do it subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? That come from that mutual understanding, that mutual respect. This shit ain't start on Instagram, so it don't need to, you know what I mean? It don't need to finish on Instagram, where you ain't gotta, not saying it need to go foreign, jump on no crazy wild street shit. What I mean is like, even the conversation that need to be had, that shit happen behind the scene. It ain't got nothing to do with social media, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's important, and I know that we do that, and we absolutely learn from people, mistakes that was before us.
Who are some of the artists that you know are coming up, only, you know, from your side, Detroit, that the world need to know about?
Man, Cheddar Boy Malik, Tough Tone, goddamn Tone, man, them the whole Cheddar Boys, honestly, that whole little wave right there, them boys had a real, and Stretch Money, them boys had a real, man, Stretch a motherfucking legend, man, that nigga really can rap, you know. It was at one point where Holmes was the biggest artist in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
Another nigga I fuck with is Lou Graham.
Man, that's Big Gulp, man. That's my brother right there.
My nigga,
that's Big Gulp, man.
Graham,
you heard? Yes, sir. That's
niggas ain't ready. That nigga, I fuck with that nigga, man.
Big Shifter.
You dig. Now,
I wouldn't name the artists that I like, but they are very controversial, so I'll just keep it neutral and salute everybody on the team.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't know your backstory though, man. You was big in the streets of Detroit before you ever made a record. I'm talking about owning car washes and businesses and all of that. So, like, how did you utilize that business mindset that you had doing it with, you know, the wrong way, as people would say? How did you transition that into what you do now?
I use everything that I did then, I use the shit with the music shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't taking no for an answer. I ain't letting my foot up off the gas, and I keep going, you know what I'm saying? The same way I be out in the streets doing the wrong shit is the same approach I take doing the right shit, you know, with the same enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't going to the house till late at night doing some dumb shit, so I ain't going to, you know, I'm stay out and grinding shit out, doing the right shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just more so that focus, you know, I keep that same focus. I ain't let that focus die down, and I gun at that shit, bro. Like, I speak everything about my life into existence. I know what I want to be. I know who I am gonna be. I know who I am. You know what I mean? I manifest that shit, and I firmly and strongly believe in my path and my story. You know, and I got the understanding of knowing that I can create my story. I can create my own path. I can be who the fuck I want to be. It don't matter that nigga ain't graduate high school. I ain't go to college. I ain't had no jobs. I ain't do none of that shit. It don't mean nothing. It's not stopping me. You know what I'm saying? I had that same mentality when I was in the streets, and I got that same mentality now. You know what I mean? I bought a restaurant, car wash, and dispensary when I was a kid.
Right.
Like a little ass kid, bro, and I bought all that shit. You heard? So I'm on the same thing with the music shit, you know, pushing my own record label, all that. I'm gonna do what I gotta do for myself, turn myself up, then turn my niggas up. That's how I gotta go.
Now, you already know what it is, man.
They don't know yet. You ain't tell 'em.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh, it's going crazy.
Thursday, December 8th, 2022 at the Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium. That's
You know
a
what
lot of
it is?
names.
It's the return of the ghetto legends.
Unfinished business, baby. That's
Yeah.
right. We got unfinished business in Shreveport, Louisiana. So get
Yes,
your
indeed.
tickets, Shreveport. We coming through December 8th, Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium. That's probably where all y'all graduated from high school at. But we coming and we gonna turn that bitch into a party. So make sure you get your tickets. December 8th, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Let's get ratchet.
Return of the
Let's get
Ghetto
ratchet.
Legend. You get the tickets at the 85southshow.com. That's where you get the tickets at.
Right.
So make sure you go get them right now if you're in Shreveport or surrounding areas.
Yeah.
I don't know what
If you
areas are
live in
surrounding.
Louisiana,
If you live in Louisiana, you need
if
to
you
come
live
see
in
us.
Arkansas,
Well,
if you live in Dallas,
okay.
if you live in California,
Shit, if you don't even live, if you just around that motherfucker, come see the show, because we going to be there
Man.
December 8th. Shreveport, Louisiana, Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium.
you ain't
Return
got
of the
shit
Ghetto
to
Legends.
do. Your car nice. You, especially if you got a Tesla, stretch the Tesla out. Shit. We'll see you there.
Shreveport, Louisiana. 85southshow.com. Get your tickets.
I'm out of here.
Get it.
Damn right.
Now, I want to speak to just the strength that you possess, because you had all of that, but then you lost it. So how do you keep yourself in that mentality when you lose all of that and have to start from bottom again? Like, how do you get to the point where you don't quit and say fuck it and go back to what you know and just, you know what I mean, all of the things that go into having to push past, you know, what people look at as failure. How did you do that?
Man, you wanna know what's so crazy? Everything I lost, I wanted to lose. I ain't want that shit. I ain't want it that way. Cause I do know one thing, like with this street shit, it ain't never no winners. A nigga ain't gonna never win, and it ain't no end game with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit go either two ways, and we all know which way that go. And I ain't want that shit. True story. I was driving home from my car wash one day, and it was just a wild day, bro. Like a lot of weird ass energy, just a bunch of stupid shit just kept happening. You know what I mean? I pulled over on the side of the road. Wallahi, bro, it's a true story. And I just talking to God, like, you know I prayed for this, and I know I asked for this. And when I say this, I meant money. You know what I mean? I know I prayed for it, I asked for it, and I wanted it, but this not the way I want it. I want it this way. I'm not happy. It don't feel right. I got indicted a few weeks later and lost everything I had, and I was extremely happy. And I was happy because I knew I had a chance to start from zero, and I knew God answered my prayer. Because I lost shit way too fast. It was like a domino effect. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I lost businesses, full-on running businesses that was doing well at the time, cars, all type of shit. I knew God answered my prayer, and it made me happy because I knew that was just the first part of my prayer, because I asked for it to have it the right way. And when I lost all that shit, that was the happiest day of my life, in real life, you know what I'm saying? So I knew it was time to get it the right way and do that shit do it the way I wanted to do it. Do it in a way that's gonna make me happy. Do it in a way that's gonna make me appreciate it, because I ain't appreciate that money. I didn't care for it. It was too much shit that came with it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even about the pressure. It was just me being a nigga that know how to think, that know, like, man, I sink this shit a million times. I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm headed.
What was your first step to doing it right? Clean slate. So you say you starting over from scratch. What was your first step? First step.
First, I went to the feds. I had to go to jail.
I'm saying when you going through the process.
I left. Once I lost that shit, it was over.
Yeah.
That was my first step. Was reneging from going back. Okay. That's the first step. Is knowing when to quit. That's a step in itself. That, to be honest with you, that's the strongest part. That's where the strength come in. Knowing when to quit. That shit is hard. That was my first step. I knew when it was time. It was done. It was over with. You heard? When I lost all that shit, it was over. Let me fight this case. Do what I gotta do. I got a daughter. I got a son on the way. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna go sit down, do my time. Nigga, my wife and my kids was living in the middle of the hood with her grandparents. I ain't never told nobody this story. Only people know this is my immediate family, my circle. I'm Icewear Vezzo at the time, man. I'm the same nigga just had restaurants, car washes, 5, 6 cars on rims, cribs, all this shit. I'm me at this point, popping like a well-known nigga. And I was fucked up, bro. With a name, got songs, all this shit. You know, wife and kids in the middle of the hood, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nigga had to sit down, got back out, bro, and I still reneged. Got a deal. That shit ain't do nothing for me as far as financially. It did a lot for me because I gained a lot of knowledge, and I had got a record deal by some good people. You know what I mean? But shit, nigga just stuck to that shit. Bro, when I tell you I believe in myself, I really believe in myself. I didn't even have, I didn't know the plan. I just knew where I was gonna be, and I knew where I wanted to go, and that shit came to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Now I got everything I ever lost times 10, and I'ma hold on to this shit, cause now I know how to have it. You know what I mean? I know how to have something. I know how to be a nigga with money, bro. I know how to handle this shit. I know how to stay humble. I know how to respect other people. I know how not to crash out, how not to think too much of myself and jump on that high horse. You know what I'm saying? Not let that money make me tweak out. I know how to have all this shit. You know what I mean? So go back to initial question. My first step was to renege and not go back.
I'm telling you, man, this nigga here, like when I talked to him, when we had the conversation, it was just like, you know, it's very rare we get to look in the mirror with perspective, Los, like especially us, the way we think about, you know, me and this nigga, like I told me and this nigga for years, when we ain't had nothing, nigga would just ride around and just talk about this shit, you know what I mean, ways and different type of methods we could do, or what we could do, or what we need to not do, or what we need to change before any of this shit. So when you hear somebody talk about it from a perspective of your perspective, it was refreshing to me, because a lot of niggas that come from the streets don't allow themselves to get to that point because of the fear of what other people are gonna say about them.
And that's why I asked, what's the first step? You get what I'm saying? Cause it's like, nigga, it don't matter if he said or he said. Nigga, the niggas who gonna hear you say it, it's gonna spark something. You get what I'm saying? Cause there's people who standing right there like, shit, I'm ready to do the shit now. Yeah. What I need to do. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
but see, when a nigga asks themselves that question, that go back to what I said, that first step is knowing when to renege, because you got a nigga that'll ask, that'll say that, like, all right, I'm ready to go right now, what I need to do. And a nigga will put something in front of them for a certain amount of money, a nigga will do it and not care what it is they doing. You gotta know how to renege. You gotta know how to, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Let me figure it out. Let me find another way. That shit is hard, bro. That shit is hard.
The hard part.
Man, you know how hard it is how your wife and kids living in the middle of the hood, bro, while you in prison? And you get out of prison, gotta figure this shit out. You know how hard it is not to go pick up a bag or go get some real money when you know you can, when you know how good you is at this shit, how good you are. Yeah. You just as equally talented as you is with everything else with this shit. That shit is hard, bro.
That's why I didn't go home when I started doing comedy, because I refused, because it's like, it's different when it's the people that care about you.
Fuck yeah.
When it's strangers, you don't give a fuck, but when it's your mama, like, nigga, you ain't eat again today, like, and people gonna treat you like they used to seeing you. So when they see you in a sense of you, the nigga with all the cars and all of this, and then you come and you doing something completely different, niggas like, damn. And when it's somebody that you know not being malicious, it make you say, man, why am I struggling when I ain't gotta be? Like, that shit difficult to do, man. So salute to you for making that transition, because now you know, I watched the documentary you did where you went back to a restaurant that you frequented on the east side, and just talked about one of the ladies that showed you love. Like, speak about that, like the people that did see the greatness in you prior. Like, did you have a abundance of those people, or was it just a couple of people that just spoke so much into you that you didn't need a whole bunch of it?
Man, you know, I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot of people. You know, usually like when niggas get asked that question, especially like rappers, like we got it bad with just saying, man, nigga ain't did nothing for me, bro. Wasn't nobody.
But said I wasn't gonna
I
be shit.
did this shit on my own. For me, it wasn't like that. I had a lot of support. I had a lot of people that believed in me. You know, since I was a shorty, bro. Even my homeboy, my best friend, Ghost, like when we was kids, bro, he knew that he believed, he knew that this shit would happen for me. He knew it. My big brother Jay did it. He in here. He knew it. You know what I'm saying? My mama, my brother Rick, my nigga Webbo, like my nigga Lil Jerry, like I had real support. We used to go half on my mixtapes type shit, like for real, bro. Like them niggas done went broke to help me out. Especially Webbo, like that man spent all his money on my music, and he rapped too. Like he helped me get in the studio before he did this shit for himself. I had a lot of support, and that's another reason why I was like, this shit gotta work, cause too many people believe in me. You know what I mean? And at times I felt like I ain't deserve that type of belief, because I knew, you know, the path I was headed down. It's just like I don't deserve for y'all to believe in me. You know what I mean? I felt like I ain't deserve that, but now I understand. My manager Chanel, I met her in 2012.
She's amazing. I gotta give a hand clap to her. She's amazing. She's amazing, man. It's a blessing to have
man, you deserve
like
everything. That's that survivor's remorse and shit. When you feel like you don't deserve that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like I ain't deserve that shit. Even my old lady, bro. Me and my wife been together since we got them was 12 and 13 years old, bro.
That's some real hood nigga shit.
Working at McDonald's,
and me and my wife together,
check down with a nigga. You heard me? Going studio, all that. I'm driving the gas out the car and shit. No money to put in that bitch, man. Like, no, I had a good support system, bro.
12 and 13.
No, we was kids. That's
crazy.
We still locked in.
How you speak to that? How you keep that together with all of this shit that come with the rapping and all of that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you keep that together? Because that's
real life
important.
shit.
You know, that's important for people to know. But the process, though, is what I think a lot of people don't get an insight into. Like how you stay together with all of the success and all of the stigma that comes with being a nigga that got it. How do you stay locked in throughout that process? How do you keep somebody down with you when you gotta go to jail and they gotta live in the middle of the hood when she knows she can go fuck with the next nigga that got it? Right. You know what I mean? How do you keep that in pocket?
And it go back to that mutual understanding. Like, we respect each other, we understand each other. This shit deeper than just like some love shit. Like, that's my partner. You know what I'm saying? We 50-50 on this shit. Like, when I hurt, she hurt. When she hurt, I hurt. It's not even about no love and no marriage and no relationship at that point. Like, we far beyond that. You know what I'm saying? We life partners. Like, that's really my dog. Like, we homies, you know what I'm saying? We done been through so much shit, bro, and ain't none of that shit break us. It's like at this point, we just locked in. And the crazy thing, even when a nigga had got fucked up and lost all that shit, we was the happiest then. We happy now, but I'm saying like,
I was about to say, nigga.
Before like, you know, when the nigga had all that paper and shit like that, when I lost that cheese, we was more happier then, because even she felt what I felt. She knew what was coming. She knew this shit. She knew it. She seen it. You about to turn up. When you get home, you gonna get rich. You gonna be rich. You gonna be a millionaire. She used to tell me that when I'd be frustrated and I had to do 6 months in a hole. I did 3 months, got out for a week, went back for another 3 months. She came to see me at Vision. I'm mad as fuck. They done threw my rap book away. I gotta write my raps on the fucking milk cart. I'm mad, venting to her. She's like, what is you tripping for? You about to be a millionaire when you get out. You really about to be rich. I'm talking about with no plan. She ain't got no plan. I ain't got no plan. She just knew it. You heard? So, bro, we locked in. Like, that's my dog at this point. That shit, like, you know what I mean?
That's beautiful to hear, man.
Man, like, so you know, QC, why them?
Man, I fuck with P. P solid, bro. Like, and Coach K, like, they whole system, they whole team. Me and P been rotating for like 2 years before I even signed with him and shit. We just been building, getting to know each other, and like we got a lot in common. His mentality, his come up, you know, the way he sees shit, and you know, as far as like with QC, they let the artists be artists. They let the artists work. Like, you know, you'll go to a lot of labels and they yell that creative control shit. As soon as you sign them dotted lines, nigga can't drop no music and none of that. Like, it ain't even no discussion with QC. Listen, this coming out Friday. All right, cool, let's run it. You know what I mean? Ain't no business ain't no business better than that kind of business when it go back to the initial thing, that mutual understanding. That shit is important. Anything you do, any relationship, any business ship, any friendship, it gotta be an understanding. You gotta have an understanding. I don't want no love, I want some understanding. You know what I'm saying? Understand each other.
It's a quote right there.
Yeah.
For real. Hey, you already know what it is, man. It's that time.
I'm going back home, y'all.
Hey, man, ATL. Twice.
28, 29.
Where we at?
What? ATL.
The Gateway Center Arena at College Park.
College Park.
College Park, Atlanta. You know they was
College Park.
We're
Return
gonna
to the Ghetto Legends.
Return to the Ghetto Legends. We're gonna discuss all that. We're gonna discuss what's real Atlanta and what's, you know, Atlanta, you know, all that.
I can't wait to tell a nigga where you from.
You know, Return to the Ghetto Legends, the Unfinished Business Tour. We back in the A.
Come on, man.
85southshow.com. That's www.85southshow.com.
Right now.
Atlanta. We are coming.
Go crazy.
December 28th and 29th is after Christmas, so you can wear all your new shit, your gifts.
Going out with a bang, bro.
Going out with a bang. We're bringing the new year in where it all began. You know what I mean? From Smith's Old Bar to the Gateway Center Arena at College Park. So make sure you get your tickets.
And Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Not playing.
Hey,
whole city.
You're gonna be all work them days anyway, because it's almost New Year, so you know how you save
your Christmas check.
Come on, see what.
Spend that Christmas money, nigga.
You already know.
Get it out the envelope.
Out the card.
Buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
No cap.
That's what it is.
Get the app too.
And 2 days. We doing 2 days. So if you miss the first day, you ain't gonna miss the second one.
Right.
You gonna hear about it.
Ghetto Legendary.
College Park. And Bubba's Park.
ATL.
Booty, rock.
ATL.
I found you, Miss Lucy. You're a mad scientist, man. This man that built a fucking race car. I'm thinking we building a nice, fast, everyday car. You had a flashback and you got the countdown lights and shit. That's why I put my seatbelt on. I should have never told you to build a black blur. Now you just tried to build some shit that's trying to beat you. No. You in competition with yourself, dog. This the street car here. No, the fuck you say beat the Hellcat. As long as you beat the Hellcat, gotta make sure we beat the Hellcat. Motherfucker can beat a bunch of shit. Bro, I don't even want no rap. Come on.
All the way. Now, like, being from Detroit and then, you know, signing to an Atlanta label, you know what I mean? You get a lot of people who say, man, well, shit, why not keep it all the way in pocket at the crib, and why not just, you know, do it there, and then y'all create your own conglomerate. Speak to why you gotta have an understanding that it's cool to venture out, you know what I'm saying?
Bigger picture.
Yeah.
The bigger picture, bro. When you got a plan, some shit just be the first step. This is just the first step. Like I say, you know, I'm putting myself on the line. I'm risking my own music. I'm risking my own contractual freedom. You know what I mean? To make money and be in a position so I can take that bag back to Detroit. I'm doing that now. I'm bringing that bag back to Detroit. And I'm investing in I got an artist with me right now, SBR Peasy. My nigga Vino here, Millie, like, I'm really bringing that bag back home, back to Icewear Records, back to Detroit, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, it's just a process. You can't do nothing by yourself. If you got it in your mind that you about to make some shit work and it's just you watch your mind, you lost it. It don't work like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them situations where it's like, all right, fuck it, let me strap my nuts on, let me go lock myself in some type of agreement, run it up, and I'm gonna bring it back home. That's what I'm doing.
All the way. And speaking of that, I want to talk to the music, the actual music. Like, you know, Detroit got a unique sound as far as the music side, but the wordplay, like somebody like you, Payroll, you know, all of the niggas that speak that hustler talk, like that motivational shit.
That game.
Like, that good game that's really teaching the nigga how to do it. And not just glorifying what come with the good part, but also explaining to you, nigga, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? All of that, like, is that a Detroit thing, or is that just a thing that just happens to, you know, come from you personally?
I just think that's
mic check. There
I think
you go.
you see this motherfucker too.
Good.
What was the question?
Check the motherfucker.
Check me.
I bet.
Yeah, I asked about just the message in the music. You know, I was talking about niggas like Payroll and yourself and P, all y'all. You know what I'm saying? All the whole Detroit, Babyface, all y'all speak a certain level of music a certain level of game in the music that I think is kind of non-existent now across the board. Everybody just partying and popping pills and, you know, sipping lean and all that shit cool, but y'all got a deeper message in the music that really teach a nigga how to go get something for itself. I said, is that a Detroit thing or is that just something that you personally just have in you?
I just think that's more of a nigga being responsible. Like, I know for a fact, like as far as everybody you name, we all understand our role we play. You know what I mean? With just like the influence on the young niggas and you know how rap can influence other people sometimes. I think we all understand that. So it's important that niggas throw that message out there and let a nigga know, like, you know, ain't no end result to this shit. This shit, it might be fun on one track and the next track is like, yeah, this was gonna happen. You know, you playing them games, you moving crazy like that. Like, we just all understand that and we been through that shit. Niggas really from that shit. We sink that shit. And I came up off of that type of music, like with niggas like Big Hurt. Like, Big Hurt was a reality rapper. Dude, he from Detroit too, he a legend, he fire. You know what I'm saying? Holmes made club music, made street music, but most and foremost, he was a reality rapper. Like, he spoke on the street shit, but he ain't only glorify that shit, he spoke on what came from that shit. And he influenced my music, you know, as a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was important that sometimes I do the same. You know what I mean?
I gotta ask you this though. You talking about like, you know, you talking about Detroit and hood shit, but now this shit is just global. Like, and I know you hear this shit from other countries where they got they kind of version of like shit that's almost like some shit that remind you of some shit, but it's like you could tell the shit that they heard that, you know, made them make this shit. It's kind of like the, you know, they'll translate that shit, they'll do your shit in their language, basically. It's like a whole little genre of music and shit. I know you see like different subcultures of music popping up around the world, just.
Nah, for sure. But you know what though, bro, I ain't gonna lie, niggas need that shit. Like, I see it like niggas just helping push that sound, niggas helping push that agenda, that shit important. You know what I'm saying? The more the merrier. You know, it could be just us, but if it's us and niggas from outside of this motherfucker, that shit gonna go even faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do be hearing some generic shit though. I'm not gonna cap it. I do, bro. I be like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, especially like the beats, but sometimes some of them niggas be going crazy. That shit be hard as fuck.
Man, Detroit culture, man, like the culture is something I'm glad y'all getting
Hustling
recognition.
ass city, man.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all getting recognition for it now, but like, you know, I just give an example. Cartier frames, like the buffs, the stones and the glasses and all that shit. That come from out of Detroit, Michigan, hands down. So like now that you see that is y'all getting the credit, do it feel good or did you know, do it? Is it like, oh, I knew it was coming, it was just a matter of time?
Hell yeah, that shit, no homo, that shit feel good. Like, I ain't see buffs blowing up like that, I'm not gonna lie. Like, cause for a long time,
niggas was robbing the shit out of each other for them motherfuckers in the city. It was so violent, nigga. Was like, niggas want these?
Straight up, man. Niggas really used to die for them, bro. I ain't gonna cap, bro. My first case was an unarmed robbery for snatching a nigga bus, bro. When I was a kid, bro, 16 years old, bro. That shit was that serious down that motherfucker, bro. But like, yeah, niggas ain't used to understand that shit, like why we was so infatuated with them bitches. So I ain't see it blowing up like that. That shit hard though.
I mean, and the jewelry, like, you know, the jewelry out of Detroit, like, you know, rest in peace to Hutch, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that, you put me, you know, onto that, like, not necessarily put me onto it, but plug me in with it to where when I went in and said Icewear name, it was like, oh, you fuck with Icewear. Hurry, come on around the corner, man. Let me show you something. You must be all right. But like the creativity in the pieces, like, where that come from, you know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to have the money to get some shit, but you done seen some niggas that got some diamonds that you be like, man, you could have left that shit at the jeweler.
Swear to God.
No, I don't think everybody's shit's supposed to be good.
Man, that shit important in Detroit, but a nigga gotta have the right diamonds.
Call
like,
it the kit
You
in
got,
Detroit.
hell yeah, your kit gotta be solid.
It's just an interpretation.
Yeah, nigga gotta have that shit on though. Like, they can't have them motherfucking SIs and lab diamonds. All that shit gotta be hit.
That's
boy.
a Detroit nigga for
You know,
that.
grab that shit,
eyeball your
yeah.
shit. Like, oh yeah.
You don't get that shit. You gotta get that
nigga,
shit now. You gotta put it
the
on.
pinky and the brains on, nigga. That kid came out the lab. You be like,
Put
fuck,
that
I'm
shit
never
on.
coming back in.
Pick in the brain.
Nigga got them joints.
Nah, me, bro.
But I mean, like you take that shit serious, like it's a real thing. Not and it's bigger than I could tell. It was bigger than the money. I shared this story when we was shooting. One of your pieces had broke, and you had the jeweler that made the shit come up there.
Fuck, damn, that nigga remember everything.
Yeah,
boy.
that nigga came up. He was like, and I seen the way he was talking to him. It wasn't like no fuss. It was like, listen, man, this. And he talking like he made the motherfucker. I was like, man, I might need to get Icewear to make my shit, nigga. I didn't even know to ask these type of questions. So how do you get that in depth with it? Is that something that just come from over time and buying jewelry, or did you just, do you say, fuck that, I'm spending my money on this shit?
Yeah, that shit come from being cheap, nigga. I'm spending my money. This shit gotta be right, nigga. Learn I need to know the ins and outs to all this shit. Now I'm about to
you
50
get
racks.
Hit that fucking price tag. You want to know everything there too. Tell me some more shit.
Yeah, we ain't
Pull the
doing
little
that.
book out and read the whole little book.
Yeah, let me see, what is a certification, nigga? The GIA, I need all that shit.
Yeah, fact.
All that
IF, all that.
All that,
all
exactly. Man, you know what I mean? Like, now, the
I got some
music,
shit
man.
I only wear at home.
You only wear that good shit at home? Yeah, I mean, I pull it out when I work. But
Man, you know what's so crazy, bro? I ain't gonna lie, if I ain't rap, I wouldn't even be buying this shit for real. This shit is just like, I play a watch,
Emotion.
a little chain, you know what I'm saying? I ain't all that 5, 6 chain, man, fuck that shit, boy. If I ain't rap, like, I just don't care. I come one rollie, you know what I'm saying?
The pressure
Yeah,
of
nice
being a
little
rapper.
right?
Man, that shit is frivolous, bro. Like, I used to
Hey, man,
love
the
this
honesty
shit.
of this nigga, man.
I used to love this shit, bro. I used to be infatuated by this shit. But now it's just like, man, what the fuck, bro? Nigga, I don't $300,000-$400,000. Bro, I done spent $400,000 on jewelry, bro. You know how fucking stupid that sounds to a motherfucker that's a billionaire with no jewelry? You know what I mean? Like 400 racks, man, this shit is just frivolous. I wouldn't wear that shit if I had to, but it's all gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's all love.
I feel you.
I mean, for me, it's just like, we come from a place where we don't get to get shiny shit a lot. You know what I mean? So the more shiny shit you can get, we it's valued to us because, them just shit. At the end of the day, this shit ours anyway. Them diamonds and shit come from where the fuck we come from. So we should be able to. Shaka Zulu and them niggas ain't say it was frivolous.
That shit definitely
niggas
a
was
trophy.
just able to go get that shit out the backyard, nigga. That was the only difference.
Nah, that shit definitely a trophy, but I just play like, I wouldn't have as much jewelry as I got though. You know what I'm saying? I keep it cool.
Like who's somebody whose shit that you done seen and be like, nigga, that is
Man,
impressive.
Gucci. That nigga WAP got some of the best ice in the rap game.
For real?
Man, WAP got some of the best jewelry. That nigga shit be turned. His shit crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
WAP jewelry crazy.
Iced out Bart where his heart used to be. That nigga been doing it for a
I'm
while.
talking about the shit he got none. Yeah, no, he did have that
Yeah,
Bart. That
Bart
nigga was
Simpson,
hard for that.
Nigga, Bart Simpson with the blunt, nigga. That nigga
Man,
Gucci.
niggas used to have the colorful diamonds for real.
Boy, you look back at the history of jewelry, boy,
Man,
niggas'
what?
chains used to be 96 inches.
Man, them bitches took
Nigga chain be right here.
Nigga chain all the way down here. Cameron and them niggas shit
Big
used to
ass
be
white tortilla
ankle
on.
length, nigga.
Man, we used to
Neck
be
to ankle.
tweaking. Man, we used to be tweaking with the clothes and shit back then, bro.
That shit kind of coming back in though, man.
I know motherfucking tall. It did the baggy shit,
Yeah.
but bro, niggas used to wear tall tees.
Man,
yo.
you seen that
The
shit
shortest
Balenciaga putting out? Nah, nigga. I'm sorry. That
Everybody
shit
looked like they was
Balenciaga.
melting.
Man,
That
niggas
shit
used to wear tall
Balenciaga
tees and clear Air Force Ones, man. What the fuck was we thinking?
Oh yeah, but the niggas that used to wear the clear forces with no socks and be foggy on the inside, these niggas is disrespectful.
Them bitches
You ever
be
seen a
yellow.
nigga with the
I
goddamn?
never had no clear ones. I just had to draw the line somewhere.
Oh nah, I ain't
Some
never
shit
had.
I'm just
I ain't
not
had
gonna
them shits
participate
either. I'm
in.
just saying, just the culture overall. we
Yeah, I
was
ain't never
tweaking.
had the clear forces,
Nah.
but I definitely had some J's with SpongeBob on the side of them. Nigga.
Or the
I
air.
definitely had the bullshit J's, nigga. I
The
had
most
the
bullshit
SpongeBob.
J's I ever had was them ones with Barack Obama on.
Damn. You had some Obama
I
bitches.
was too excited.
What number was they, nigga?
Some threes, I think.
44.
The 44. That nigga had the 44. drawers off. For real. But
I had to have them. They just hit
that shit Balenciaga putting out big as fuck, nigga.
Nah,
you see niggas, that shit, niggas be drowning in that shit.
That's what Balenciaga mean.
What?
French for big as fuck.
I'm gonna take your word
No,
for
you
it.
for real?
I just made that up.
You know, he almost fucked me up. I'm like, man, what? Yeah, it's tweaking.
So, man, I gotta ask you, of all your projects, which one you think is the most meaningful to your career? If you had to pick one.
Clarity 2.
That's the, yeah.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest one I ain't nothing gonna ever mean more than Clarity 2 for me.
Why Clarity 2?
That's the one that turned me up. That's the one I blew up on, you know what I mean? Bro, I dropped that bitch, right? I put, well, not the whole tape, but I put like most of the songs out. I had to do a bid back then, put that shit out, turned myself in. Nigga, I'm in jail, a regular nigga. I'm in a bullpen, normal in the bitch. I go to my rock, I'm in that bitch normal. Man, gradually over months, niggas just got popular in prison. Like every nigga in the prison just knew me. And my girl at the time just let me know, like, bro, your shit turned out here like you a big artist. And it was cause of Clarity 2, was the songs on that shit. And when I got out, I dropped it. I dropped the whole tape. Man, shit just been up since then for me. As far as like in Detroit, like that shit really put me up, like all the way up.
Hello, everybody. My name is Karlous Miller, and I just came to spread a little black love because I hope you having a good day, because this is a good day sent. That's black love. Since I love you so much, I want to give you my discount code, my personal discount code, and go and get 25% off. LOUS. Kind of look like love if you write it fast, but if you use my code, you'll get an additional 25% off if you go to the Good Day Sense website and buy you some of these dope ass candles. Man, that shit really do smell like black love though. Like after black people been holding hands with some cocoa butter on. That's love. Use my personal discount code so you can get you some of these nice ass candles and have a good day with a Good Day Scent. 25% off, LOUS, black love. One of my favorites because I love you and you're black. Even if you're not black, the code still works. That's the beautiful part about it. It's crazy. I'll see you next time.
Snoop, you wrote raps on a typewriter? Hold up, this might need to go in the Smithsonian. You wrote raps on a typewriter? Look, nigga.
Damn, I fucked up. I gotta do this shit again.
Hey, man, I fucked up. I put 2 E's in bitch.
Oh, man.
Nigga, that's hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
It's stupid too. That's one of them.
Man, that's one of my favorite, Clarity 2 now. You know,
What's in the stash?
that's, damn, you took that thought out of my brain.
As far as music,
Yeah, shit, whatever. Music, media.
shit, I got a movie about to drop November 23rd. We're gonna do it at Imagine Theater, Royal Oak, Michigan. I executive produced that motherfucker. I wrote the whole movie, but my man's Kamar Smith did the script for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm acting in that motherfucker. It's dropping November 23rd, Imagine Theaters, Royal Oak, Michigan. Then we're gonna stream it in December.
What's it called?
Tag. It's like a Detroit up-to-date New Jersey drive, just with our little twist on it, you know what I'm saying? It's
With
called,
real car theft. No, I'm just bullshit.
It's called Tag because, you know, niggas call that when you retag a car and resell it. So the movie, fire, that bitch dope.
Who the fuck just said "hey" back there like you riding around in one of the Hellcats and
New
retag?
face.
Yeah, nigga, hey.
I got a Gangsta Grills dropping December 8th, me and DJ Drama.
Hey, that's
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Gangsta Grizzles.
Now, was that something that you wanted to do or something that they wanted you to do?
That was on my bucket list.
Yeah,
That
at
was
this
something I
point,
wanted
that's
to
some
do.
historic shit to
Nah,
do.
for
That's
sure.
like putting your stamp in the game.
Yeah, to have
Yeah.
that DJ Drama, that Gangsta Grills, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel more pressure to come different on this one than you do on any of your own projects because of the stigmas because of what's attached to the Gangsta Grill?
I did at first, but then I'm like, you know what, if I think like that, then I'm gonna drop the ball. Like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna keep making music that I like to listen to. When I go to the studio, bro, I make shit that I know I'm gonna listen to in my car. You know what I mean? I'll be able to have more fun with that shit.
Do me one favor. Just keep talking shit in your raps.
Oh yeah,
He'll
nah,
tell
we
you,
gonna keep
all the
doing
shit I
that.
listen to, if a motherfucker don't say some little, like talk a little shit,
Some
I ain't
fly
gonna really
shit.
fuck with it.
I gotta talk that shit in that bitch. I got some shit on there with Jeezy.
Yeah.
I got Future on that motherfucker. Kodak Black.
Yak be
partner,
going
Baby
crazy,
Money.
yeah.
That bitch turned, man.
Baby Money?
No,
Baby Money,
crazy.
truth, man.
Baby
That
Money
nigga
crazy,
hard.
man. Detroit, man, got so many artists that, you know, if you tap into what they got going on, and I think, you know, you feel
Nigga,
it
I
more
went
when
to
you
a
in the
club
city.
that's at somebody's house in Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta
no,
tap
it's
into
like
that
that.
culture of the city
It's
to
like
really
that.
see what the music do. Like, this shit is just, it's bigger than just some niggas on the microphone. Like, when you go out there, you see how that shit affect, like, these niggas is riding around listening to this shit. They playing it on the radio. Like, you know, that's one of the only places that I done went to and I listened to the radio and heard shit that I didn't hear anywhere
Yeah.
but Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
They fuck
very
with their own
unique.
shit.
It's
They
like
always
that.
have.
Yeah, for sure. Our music, like, that's all niggas listen to is Detroit music in Detroit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We are biggest fans. I think that shit dope too. I fuck with that. You know what I mean?
And give us some must do's in Detroit. Where if somebody ain't never been to Detroit, like, you know, somewhere to go eat, you know what I mean? Somewhere to go sightsee in the city, cause you know in Detroit get a bad rep or it's fucked up and all that, but it's a beautiful place,
Listen,
man.
check this out. You get to Detroit, on the food side, nigga gotta go to Sloppy Crabs. That bitch turned. Gotta fuck with Piece of Cat. That bitch that. Nigga gotta hit the Zorbas though, the Coney Island.
See, but that's
That's
the
a
thing.
must.
That shit be you
That's
know,
a
y'all
must.
niggas argue about that shit like niggas in Chicago with hurls and niggas in DC with mumbo sauce. You gotta go to the right
You
one.
gotta
So
go
which
to
one is the one to go to?
Zorbas Coney Island on 6 Mile and Gunston. That's in my hood. That's one of the best Conies in that motherfucker.
New face
You know what I'm
voucher.
saying? Yeah, Zorbas. You heard? On the gear side though, you already know Somerset.
Yeah.
That's the bag. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Nojo Kicks. We got the Bistro. That bitch, they got some shit up in there.
I gotta
You know
give
what I
a
mean?
shout out to my favorites, but Sweetwater Wings.
Oh, Sweetwater Fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Sweetwater, nigga.
Sweetwater
Oh,
Fire.
Man.
Then on the club side, you gotta fuck with Truth, Annex, Ace of Spades, Society.
Where you get your furs from?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't wear the furs for
You
real.
go be get. Where you get them furs from in Detroit?
What's the name of that spot, man? God damn, I done forgot the name.
I done put you on this spot.
Dietrich first.
Dietrich.
Yeah, that's what I fuck with out there, Dietrich. And
That's
then
on the boulevard.
I get all my buffs from Hutch. I got a few pair from Fairlane, I ain't gonna lie, from M&F. I'ma keep it real, nigga. I done got a couple pair from M&F, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But, you know, I just fuck with the culture of the city, man. I'm actually there January 13th at the MGM, man. I'm so excited about that show just cause.
I'm pulling up, man.
Yeah,
I told you,
Detroit.
Flint and Detroit, they're one of the first two cities I ever traveled to.
For
That's
real?
hard.
Hell yeah.
I mean, just when you start as a comedian?
No, as a kid, in life.
For real?
That's
For
hard.
real.
Why? What took you?
Family there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. I remember we drove all the way from Mississippi to Flint.
That's about, what, 12, 13
About
hours?
14
God
hours.
Damn.
Probably 15.
Oh, motherfucker.
And then like all my family from Detroit, like they would just drive down and like spend the whole summer down south.
In Mississippi?
Yeah. Got family all over Michigan, man. That shit crazy. Chicago. Shout out to everybody in the Midwest. It's cold as a
Midwest.
bitch in the
Right.
Midwest.
It's cold as a
right now.
bitch, but nigga, the Midwest, man, Midwest niggas are some of the flyest niggas, some of the realest niggas that you'll ever meet, man.
And Detroit got some of the finest black women in the fucking world.
Oh my God.
The
And they know how
fattest
to braid
asses.
hair.
They got real
motherfuckers.
money.
Yeah, they know how to
I know
braid.
They got money
my
too.
shit is not normal.
They
nigga.
got money.
And my motherfucking, I fly to Dallas to get a bitch from Detroit to bring my hair. That's how raw they
They
is
got,
in Detroit.
hey, them asses sit different. I don't know if it's because it be cold all the time and them asses be like
That
frozen.
motherfucking Coney Island.
Yeah, it's
Man,
that Coney Island, that's what it is.
Motherfucking chili dogs.
So you know, the next project is December 8th,
December 8th.
and that's the Gangsta Grills.
Gangsta Grills called Paint the City.
Paint the
Word?
City.
Yes, sir.
Ooh-wee.
We on one on that one. It's up.
And now it is.
bro, who haven't you worked with that you want to work with? Cause you got some crazy ass features too.
What?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like shit that you featured on. You got a long list of motherfuckers. Who you want to work with?
Man, I wanna fuck with Drizzy. I fuck with Drake.
That shit'll go. On some player shit.
Both of y'all from the 6.
We from the, that's why. We both from the 6. I gotta put him on one of them raggedy ass beats too.
Yeah.
So he can talk
He'll
crazy.
fuck it up.
He'll fuck that bitch up. Drizzy, yeah.
That's what you calling them raggedy ass beats?
Raggedy ass beats.
Yeah, them raggedy motherfuckers, raggedy ass beats.
You just put the name on it.
That's it, them raggedy ass beats.
Hell yeah,
They
nigga.
sounding like that, you heard?
That bitch is hard, nigga. I'm
Yeah.
talking about, nigga, you put them goddamn buffs on, it's like, nigga, that shit like motherfucking Captain Planet got called, nigga. You put them bitches on, nigga,
Oh,
right?
you fuck with any of the Detroit hood movies?
Hell yeah, I fuck with Price of Love. That bitch crazy. Y'all gotta watch that.
Oh, buffed up my shit.
Nah, 211 though. You ever seen 211?
Nah, I ain't never
I'm
seen
in 211.
Hey, what's the nigga
That
name
bitch
with all the movies?
Murder. You talking about Murder?
Murder Pain. Shout out to Murder Pain.
That nigga Murder Pain on
That's
Tubi
me and Murder.
heavy
We in
than
there.
motherfucker.
That's Murder and Moolah. That's 211 is they movie, but me and Murder starring in that bitch.
What side of the
That
Detroit
bitch
Murder
like,
Pain from?
hey, real nigga shit, bro. 211 is like menace to society in Detroit, like on the Detroit side.
Oh, I'ma have to
in
watch
real
that.
life, bro. That bitch one of them.
What side of town Murder Pain from?
Murder Pain, he from the west side.
West side.
He ain't, where is he from? He from Southwest. Yeah, he from Southwest.
Southwest.
It's a difference, that's why I said it matter. He from Southwest.
What's the difference?
I mean, the west side is the west side, Southwest is Southwest. They like they own city down there, you know what I mean? That's where Meech and them boys is from Southwest.
Southwest,
Yeah,
okay.
so them boys that got McGraw Ave, that shit shot over there, you know what I mean? In they hood, that's they hood.
Okay.
You gonna fuck with any of those? You
Yeah.
got the bag now. You can put
No, ain't
2
no
or 3 of
question.
them a year, man.
It's coming. Like Tag the movie dropping on the 23rd.
Yeah.
We got that rocking. We got Price of Love out. And I'm coming whole series January. This shit on the floor.
It's on the flow.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, nigga. What up, though? Nigga, Detroit shit. So, man, it's an honor, man.
Hold up, you know it wouldn't be right. New Face, you got us something?
Oh, yeah. You know who New Face is?
Nah.
New
Hey,
Face
this is
nigga's
the
an
official
alien.
hip hop historian,
He's
bro.
a historian, but
He
this nigga's
is
an
a
alien.
preserver of the culture. He got all the hip hop artifacts.
Yeah.
So ain't no
And he
telling
from
what
Detroit,
he might hit
so-
you with. And he from Detroit.
He from the city?
Yeah.
He from Detroit.
The real fucked
Oh,
up
he a
part.
real nigga. Yeah, he got that shit on. He got that Detroit shit on. What up, though?
Over there by where all them
Where
power
you
plants
from,
and
bro?
shit got shut down.
7 Mile.
7 Mile?
Mile in Mansfield, right across the street from the hip hop shop.
Oh, you hard.
It's gonna be from Georgia. That's a gift from me to you.
Man, it's hard.
But I'm gonna pull out some shit that, you know, us Detroit niggas.
That nigga got the tapes.
Come on, man. What tell me from a Detroit head, you know, who these people are and did you grow up with them, the influences of the city right there. You know what I'm saying? And while you go through that, I got a book right here from everybody from Detroit. And we got Vezzo right there on that page.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
you a real nigga, man. Check it out. Bree from Flint, though. That nigga a legend. So you already know Flint, Detroit. That's one. That's
Them
it.
cousins, them
this
little brothers.
Detroit. Yeah, you heard?
Motherfucking Dayton family from Flint, too.
Eshawn, that nigga a motherfucking real legend, bro. Like a real
nigga got
man.
52
I'm talking
albums.
about, bro, a real legend, bro. Like he really like that.
Murder
bro.
rap.
Real. Dayton family, they from Flint too. Them boys huge out that bitch too. I knew the Dayton family. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who Buddy is.
Chaos and Maestro. Back
Okay.
in the day, they seen Detroit Dance Show. They was original Detroit OG artists.
That's hard. I heard of Detroit Most Wanted though. Yeah, for sure. I don't know this one though. But these 3 right here, without a doubt, Bree, Esham, the Dayton family, real legends.
Then 5 years ago,
Stab him in the throat with a Dayton spot.
Roy signed in front of this. Payroll signed it. I got Elzai from Slum Village. T Grizzly signed it. So I just used to do Kid Vicious, which is Roy's brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just talk about the day of how this came about with this photo and where this was, and then sign it and the table as well.
Rest in peace, Big Lope, man. This my big brother, this my OG. This man took care of me, bro. He did a lot for me, you know, during my whole bid. Before my bid, after my bid, I looked up to him, I honor him. I got a lot of love for him, for his family, for his wife, his kids and everything. This Big Lope car, rest in peace, long live Lope. That was my big homie. When he passed, a lot of us was hurt and we still hurt. You know what I'm saying? We did this at his crib, this his car, 2 days before I turned myself in the fit.
Damn.
See them bags under my eyes? Yeah, that nigga was stressed, boy.
The door was coming.
Yeah.
Man, this nigga got a song on here called Pussy Ain't Got No Face. I'm listening to this shit.
Oh, wait till you pull it up. It's crazy.
All the way,
Appreciate
man.
you, gang.
Appreciate you, man. That's fire.
You see
Told you,
that,
man, new face
hold
That
preserves.
nigga hard, boy. That nigga pulled out the dating family tape.
All right, Chico being here, January 13th, 2023. This one excited, man. MGM, Detroit. What up, though? Detroit, I will be at the town. You already know, nigga. We got dog shit on the floor. It's going down January 13th. MGM, Detroit. It's going down. Make sure you get your tickets, man. Detroit, you know I love y'all, man. You know it's like a second home to me, so make sure you get your tickets, Detroit. Yeah, it's going down.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lex P.
And it's your girl Dre Nicole.
And y'all know who got the most fire merch in the game. 85 and Poor Minds, of course.
Period. So y'all been asking about our rap tees that we had on tour for the longest. Our tour tees and the rap tees. They are both on the site right now available. Y'all go ahead, go to buypoorminds.com and get your t-shirts before they sell out.
Yes, and also y'all know it's about to get cold outside, and 85 just dropped some fire merch for the women. I'm telling you, they got that all brown fit, the all blue fit, the red. It's going super, super crazy. So make sure y'all go to 85apparel.com and get you a fit. I'm telling y'all, it's super comfy. It's airport outfits. You know, a little sneaky link outfit, whatever you need. And I'm telling y'all, they are not restocking this, okay? It's exclusive for this season. So make sure y'all go to 85apparel.com, buypoorminds.com, and get y'all merch right now.
Yes.
I told you he's the official hip hop
Box
historian.
Chevy with speakers in that bitch.
He preserving the culture one tape at a time.
Oh, you gotta sign the table too. Man.
Oh, that's hard.
Who was in that picture? But that was actually 5 years ago today.
That's me, Payroll, Peasy, and T Grizzly. That was a Peasy video shoot for that Quick remix. That bitch went up. That was the first picture we had took with one of the
You
dope
can hit it
boys.
wherever you want to, man. Hit the corner, right?
Yeah, there we go. What's Cersei?
Yeah, I see.
There we go. Big ice on that motherfucker, man. You heard?
Hey man, listen, when
Man,
I
I
tell you
appreciate y'all
this your
boys,
first
man.
time, but it's just your first time. First of many, Viz.
sir.
You know what I mean? You see it, man. This nigga right here is on a legendary course. Remember where you heard it first, nigga. Iced Up Records!
Yes,
What's your
sir.
social media?
Icewear_Vezzo on all social media sites. Don't forget, Paint the City, Gangsta Grills, December 8th. Tag the movie, November 23rd, Imagine Theater Royal Oak. Streaming December. Let's get it. I appreciate y'all,
Man,
bro. Thank you. Real love, brother.
Real South Shake.
Yeah.
Icewear Vezzo. We out of here. Let's get a photo.
This bitch hard for real.
Oh,
Nell,
man.
hey Chanel. Yeah. Grab this one.
New Face got all the plugs, man.